I had a similar thing when I got to London, and when I first kind of got to London, old enough to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was about 13, maybe,
Okay.
and my mom had a night job, and I
Mm.
think on my second day she took me to the night job, and it was cleaning, and I was blessed in Ghana to live with what some would say a pretty wealthy family.
Mm-hmm.
My auntie, and who is my mom, because she raised me,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of luxuries that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing my mom coming to London and thinking that I was about to, walk on streets of gold, as they
Of
told us.
course, yeah.
So I went with her, and then she was cleaning,
Wow.
and for a second, it broke me.
I
I'd never told her this,
I
and I
got
thought to
goosebumps.
myself, no, like, okay, I've heard too many good things about this place
Mm-hmm.
for this to be the reality.
Yes.
First of all, the flat that
Mm-hmm.
she lives in, she refuses to leave. The flat that she lives in at that time,
Mm-hmm.
none is much better now. At that time, we were packing my bags into the lift, and someone had peed in the lift.
Oh, jeez.
And from what I was living in Ghana to this,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this cannot be the Europe that I heard about.
This is definitely the era.
So it was very eye-opening to me. And you said something that I want a lot of people who are either in Africa or elsewhere who are watching this podcast to take into consideration about the education, your qualification that you have in Ghana or wherever it is that you're coming from might not be recognized in Germany, and you might start all over again.
I think it's getting better. They have changed some system, but I'm not very into that. But yeah, for many people, they have to start from zero.
So yeah, it's always good to kind of do that research before you
Definitely.
you come to
Definitely.
Germany. I
And
just
the
want people to
language
understand that. And the language.
and the language, because there's so many educated people all over the world from Africa, and they come here and they can't do what God has given them to do, like your talent, because if you don't speak the language, it's like you don't have life. And people always forget that. Like I have cousins, they're like, yeah, we want to come to Germany. I'm like, what you gonna do here? Do this and that. I'm like, you guys don't understand. I would rather support you in Ghana and you build up a business in Ghana than coming here. Because, we call this bureaucratie, it takes forever to get where you want to go. And so this is where I always try to, I'm like, come here for holidays.
Absolutely.
But I don't think like you want to come here and stay here. Because it's different. Like I remember my cousin was like, but why are you still there? And I'm like, I'm still here because I was raised here. Like I will get lost when I go to Ghana tomorrow because I would have to start from zero. Here I have built up something, and you cannot compare. It's like if I would move to Japan tomorrow, like, we all have to start from the scratch, and then I would have to learn a different language. And I think if we understand and if we are ready to work on ourselves, then it's not always going to be easy, but we're going to have a maybe better access for a new life wherever we go.